Okay guys, we are back with another episode in the Oblivion skill series. Today is going to be Destruction, my very favorite attack skill. Let's jump right in. This one is one of my personal favorites of all time in Oblivion, Destruction. So getting Destruction up to 100 with the best spells, we are starting off in the Imperial City. Come and talk to our boy Edgar.
What?
Edgar? I'm back, buddy.
Have a look at my wares.
Okay, so we are going with Major Wound. Okay, that's a big one. You only need to buy one fire, frost, and electricity spell. Don't ever buy any other ones because you can make your own. So, I didn't have a frost spell. Okay, and now we are coming over here to Perit's Shrine. Okay, so there's these people here paralyzed on the spot. And we are just going to be equipping Major Wound. Or any destruction spell you have is fine. It doesn't have to be Major Wound. It can just be the standard fire spell. And just smoke them. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Here we go. Ah! And when you're out of magic, just wait. Since I was a mage and I've actually been using destruction, I didn't quite start at like 25, but you get the point. Any destruction spell on these guys. Okay, so come on, 50. Okay, so once we get it to 50, we're going to be running to create some other spells to make it go faster. But if you guys don't have the Mage's Tower, Frostcraig Spire, you can just use whatever spell. It doesn't ultimately matter, but this makes it much faster. And to create the spells at the end, you're going to want this place. Okay, so moving along here. So we're just going to do Drain Health again. And just make it the most possible magnitude with the most duration you possibly can for your skill level. So magnitude 100, duration the most amount of seconds you can. Not area. You don't need area right now. Okay, so gotta put it down to less than 5 seconds. 2 I can still do. Can I do 3? Can I do 4? No, so 3 seconds. 100 magnitude, 3 seconds. And this is to get it from 50 to 75. Okay, D1. Simple. Okay, so once we got our D1, we are headed back. Where are you, D1? Back to the Shrine of Perit. Periite. Potato, potato. Okay. So, once you get it to 75, I gotta do one more boosting spell. Back at the spire. If you guys have a faster rate to boost destruction, you let me know. Comment down below. Okay, so this time we are doing magnitude 100. Make sure that the boosting spells are also on touch, guys. Not target. Okay, and duration. 5 seconds. No, 10 is too much. Okay. D2. Back to the shrine. Now this one goes real fast because it uses half my magic bar. I get basically a level per cast here. Okay. You get the idea. All in all, it basically took me, I want to say 30 minutes to get it to 100. Right around there, which is good because in the original it would have been like 4 hours at least. Okay, so now that we got it at 100, okay, we're going to be going over some spells to grab, okay? So you're going to want to go to the Mages area in Skingrad.
I can help.
Mages
I
College.
don't mean to.
Talk to
May
this
I
guy.
interest you in some of my fine wares?
Okay, you could get these top 2 spells. They are destruction spells. I don't really use them. One of them is probably well enough. Corrode Armor and Corrode Weapon are 2 separate spells. You can get both of them. I just got all of those draining skills. I don't really use them, but I grabbed them. Shock. Don't know if I have a shock spell. And Weakness to Frost, Weakness to Poison, Weakness to Shock. I use Weakness to Shock. Very good. And buy Corrode Armor if you care. That's up to you. Okay, so we're going to be going over a few different spells here. It depends on your preference and your playstyle. We'll start with, like, if you want to be a fire mage, okay? So, Weakness to Fire, 100%. Making somebody weak to something uses almost basically no magic at all. So, it's just an easy addition to any spell. So, Weakness to Fire, 100%. Duration. Realistically, man, you only need 2 seconds. I did 10 seconds there. And then just the fire damage. Okay. Magnitude. So I'm going to tell you guys something. You could do magnitude 100. You know, it'll hit heavy, right? You'll do a lot of damage. Probably one-shot most things in the game. But you have to do it on touch, and honestly, it's going to take up a lot of your magic bar. And it's not really 100% necessary to do 100 damage per hit of your spell. So, I would say it's overkill. And not everybody is going to want to drain their whole magic bar with 1 or 2 or 3 spell casts. You know what I mean? So, it may hit heavy, but it may not be the best choice for you. So, I'm going to go over some good alternatives. So it would be Weakness to Fire, still. I'll show you what the touch spell looks like. This is the heavy hitter. See, like I said, I get 3 casts out of it. So for the average person who just wants to use like a spell on the side, it's probably not for you. So we're going to go over an alternative. Okay, so I like the target spells more than the touch spells. So fire damage on touch and Weakness to Fire. Anytime you're using an element, you definitely want to throw weakness on it if you're creating spells. Weakness to Fire, like I said, 100%, 2 seconds, definitely a safe bet. Okay, and then I did fire damage 50 points instead of 100, and that's just going to reduce the cost of your magic insanely, but it also is on target, not on touch. So you're going to get that extra distance out of it. And it's still an amazing spell, guys. Like, this is good for anybody who just wants to use a quick flame spell in addition to their sword and shield or whatever else. Okay. So there it is. We got our Weakness to Fire, 100%, 50 damage on target. Just a quick little bolt that shoots out. Okay, next up, we're going to be doing a shock spell on target. Magnitude 100. That is the weakness. Weakness to shock 100. On target. Because if you accidentally have it on touch and the other one's on target, they're both just going to be on touch for the effects. Okay, magnitude. You could push it a little more than 50 if you want. Like, it doesn't really matter, especially if you're a mage build. Area, that's just going to cause a wider, area that it hits, like the AoE, area of effect. And, yeah, so This one I did 60 points of damage instead of 50. Same thing with the weakness to shock, 100%. Call it zap. Not bad. Me, I like electricity spells much more than I like flame and frost spells. I don't know why. Call it preference. Whatever. So there it is. Zap. And for the distance and the damage, it uses like no magic. Okay. Now for the frost spell, guys, I was just playing around. I did like a bigger area of effect. I still did the weakness to it. I had the damage doing less, but yeah, I'm not really into the frost spells, to be honest. So 40 points damage, 20 feet radius. Still got the 100% weakness to the element. And yeah, I found that animation to be very underwhelming. It only uses 25 magic, which is nothing. Whatever. Not really for me. But if you like it, I'm happy for you. Okay. Last but certainly not least, what I would consider to be the best spell that you could make in the game. So, drain health on target, magnitude 100%. For some reason, this spell has always been overpowered. It uses basically no magic at all, as is right now. Like, I think you could use this at like level 25 and basically insta-kill people. Level 25 destruction, that is. Okay, now weakness to shock, 100%, 2 seconds. Or 1 second, whatever. And then shock damage on target. I accidentally have it on self right there. Don't do that. So I pushed this one just a little bit more. A little bit more than 50, that is. But like I said, guys, I'm only doing this because I don't want to use up the magic bar too quickly. But with the drain health, the weakness to shock, and the shock damage, I promise you this is basically going to drop everybody. And this was in my original Oblivion Best Start, a spell which I love to call... because if I touch you with it, you will certainly be fucked. Okay. So, yeah, that's my masterpiece destruction spell. There we go. On target. If you did it on touch, you could make it do more damage. But like I said, man, this thing hits so hard, you don't even need it. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, that's it for this video, guys. Lots coming. Catch you in the next one. Pa-pa-pa-peace.